Welcome back, students. So, continuation of that video 14, problems related to equations of motion. So, we will do the next problem, that is question number 7. A trolley, while going down an inclined plane, has an acceleration of 2 centimeter per second square. What will be its velocity 3 seconds after the start? A trolley, while going in an inclined plane, has an acceleration of 2 centimeter per second square. What will be its velocity 3 seconds after the start? So, inclined plane means like this. This is an inclined plane. So, a trolley is moving downwards. Okay, this one is an inclined plane. So, a trolley is moving downwards with an acceleration A equal to 2 centimeter per second square. Okay, 2 centimeter per second square. What will be its velocity 3 seconds after the start? What will be its velocity 3 seconds after the start? So, after the start means initial velocity will be 0. After the start means initial velocity will be 0. So, u equal to 0 meter per second, A equal to 2 centimeter per second square. No need to convert that centimeter into meter, let it be that itself. 2 centimeter per second square and time equal to 3 seconds. So, what do you have to find out? What will be the velocity? Means final velocity. What's the equation to find final velocity? V equal to u plus at. V equal to u plus at. U 0 meter per second plus a 2 centimeter per second square into 3 seconds. V equal to u plus at. So, u 0 meter per second plus 2 centimeter per second square into 3 seconds. So, here this second and here second square 1 second will get cancelled. Okay. Now, do the calculation and write the answer in centimeter per second. Do the calculation and write the answer in centimeter per second. Okay. Next question. A stone thrown in vertically upward direction, with a velocity of 5 meter per second. If the acceleration of the stone during its motion is 10 meter per second square in the downward direction, what will be the height attained by the stone and how much time will it take to reach there? Means an object is thrown upwards. So, what is the distance travelled by the stone in the upward direction? That is the height. And how much time it will take to reach that height? That is a question. So, I will just draw a diagram here. An object is thrown upwards. Okay, an object is thrown upwards. Now, here with a velocity of 5 meter per second. With a velocity of 5 meter per second. If you throw anything, whether it will come back or not, if you throw anything in the upward direction, whether it will come back to the earth or it will escape from the earth, normal case, all the objects will come back to the earth. Means it will return the path. So, when it returns, or when it reaches the maximum height and it returns back to the earth. Means like this, suppose this one is a ground, an object is thrown from here, it will reach the maximum height, then it will return back. So, this one is a maximum height, that is the maximum height. So, when it returns at this point, its velocity will be 0. When an object is thrown upwards, it will reach a maximum height and it will return back to earth. When it reaches the maximum height, its velocity will be 0 for a moment and it will change its direction. So, upward motion is like this, in this direction. It reaches the maximum height. At this point, its velocity will be 0 for a moment. Then it will return back to the earth. Means its direction is changed. Okay, its direction is changed. So, here we need to consider only this portion. No need to consider this portion as per this question. Okay. Now, so what will be the final velocity here? This is the maximum height. This is the maximum height h. So, at this point, the final velocity is 0 meter per second. Okay, 0 meter per second. So, when you throw an object, it will reach a maximum height. At that point, its velocity will be 0 for a moment and it will change the direction and will move in the downward direction. Now, here, if an object is moving in the upward direction, suppose the object is moving in the upward direction. The object is moving in the upward direction. Now, in which direction the earth will attract all the objects? Earth will attract all the objects in the downward direction. So, the earth is attracting all objects towards its center with an acceleration of 10 meter per second square or 9 meter per second, 9.8 meter per second square in the downward direction. So, here this is the direction of acceleration. This is the upward direction of stone. Whether they are in the same direction. One is moving upward and the direction of acceleration is in the downward direction. They are in the opposite direction. So, you will take the acceleration as minus, negative sign. You will take the direction of acceleration as negative sign. This you will study in detail in the chapter gravitation. Okay, this part you will study detailed in the chapter gravitation, that is the third chapter. So, here you need to understand only this one. If an object is throwing in the upward direction, acceleration will be acting downwards. Direction of both are opposite. So, we will take the acceleration as negative. So, what all things are given in the question? Initial velocity 5 meter per second, final velocity 0 meter per second, acceleration minus 10 meter per second square, minus 10 meter per second square. Now, what all things you need to calculate? You need to calculate the time and the distance travelled by the stone. You need to find the time and the distance travelled by the stone. So, can we use S is equal to ut plus half at square? No. Here time is not given. So you can't use S is equal to ut plus half at square here. But if you calculate the time from this equation, then you can use that equation. If you are calculating the time first, then you can use S is equal to ut plus half at square. Here I am going to calculate the distance first, then I will calculate the time. Okay. If you are calculating time first, then definitely you can use the equation S is equal to ut plus half a t square. But I am doing it in the reverse process. Okay. First I will find the distance. So 2as equal to v square minus u square, or S is equal to v square minus u square by 2a, that is equal to 0 meter per second the whole square minus initial velocity is 5. So 5 meter per second square divided by 2 into minus 10 meter per second square. So that is 0 minus 25 meter square by second square divided by minus 20 meter per second square. Minus and minus will get cancelled. So 25 by 20, that is 5 by 4 meter. 5 by 4 meter. Then you can use the equation to find time. V equal to u plus at, v minus u equal to a into t, or t equal to v minus u by a. V minus u by a. Now v 0 minus 5 meter per second divided by minus 10 meter per second square. So meter and so minus will get cancelled. 5 by 10 second. 5 by 10 means 1 by 2 second. 1 by 2 second. Okay, 1 by 2 second. So how we did this problem? Here an object is thrown upwards. Initial velocity will be the value given in the question. Initial velocity will be the value given in the question. Final velocity will be 0, because when it attains maximum height, at that point its velocity will be 0 for a moment and it will return back to the earth. So the direction of motion will be changed. Now we need to find the value of the question. Acceleration will be given, but we need to give positive and negative sign for the acceleration. That is, if an object is moving in the upward direction, acceleration of the earth will be acting in the downward direction. That is, in all cases acceleration will be of the earth will be acting downwards. So these two directions are opposite. If two directions of this are opposite, that is the direction of the object and the acceleration due to the earth is opposite, then it is taken as negative. It is taken as negative. So we got the acceleration as negative 10 meter per second square as per the question. And you can find the distance and time. Time you can use the equation v equal to u plus at. Distance either v square minus u square equal to 2as, or s is equal to ut plus half at square. You can use and find the answer. Okay. Now, one more question is there. That is, a train starting from rest moves with an acceleration of 5 meter per second square. A train starting from rest moves with an acceleration of 5 meter per second square. Find its velocity when it has travelled a distance of 1 kilometer. So, what is the velocity when it travels a distance of 1 kilometer? Means final velocity you need to find. So, what all things are given? Initial velocity u equal to 0 meter per second, a equal to 5 meter per second square, then distance s equal to 1 kilometer, convert it into SI unit, that is 1000 meter. Now, which equation we can use to find the velocity, final velocity? Two equations are there, either v equal to u plus at or s is equal to v square minus u square by 2a. Here t is not given, so you can't use the first equation. So, we will use the third equation, that is 2as equal to v square minus u square or v square equal to u square plus 2as, that is 0 meter per second the whole square plus 2 into 5 meter per second square into 1000 meter. 1000 meter. So, 2 into 5, 10, 10 into 1000 meter square by second square. Now, how will you find v? V square is this much. V square is this much. How will you find v? Take the root. So, v equal to root of meter square by second square. Now, how will you find the answer? Inside the root, if square is there, so when it comes to outside, its meter square is there inside the root. So, when it comes to outside, it will be meter. Second square is there inside the root. When it comes to outside, it will be second. So, here 4 zeros are there. So, what's the answer? That is 100 meter per second. 100 meter per second. So, the final velocity is 100 meter per second. So, here when you do the problem, you should know the basic mathematical skills, addition, subtraction, then square root, square, identities, all those basic mathematical knowledge should be there for you when you do the problems. Okay. Minus and minus will get cancelled, minus into minus is positive, all those things you need to apply here. That I will not teach you in the class, that you have to study in the lower classes. I think you have already studied it. Okay. So, you have to apply all those things here when you do the problems. Okay. So, this, I think how many questions we did? We did 9 questions. 5 or 6 questions are there as homework to do. That also you have to do in your notebook. Okay. Thank you.